The death of Barbara Walters has moved so many, including us at NBC. As Cynthia McFadden reports, she not only blazed a trail for women, she set a standard for all of us.
Barbara Walters was an American journalist known for her high-profile interviews with world leaders and celebrities and her impressive career spanning 5 decades. She began her career on NBC's The Today Show, first as a writer, then on camera. From there, she moved to ABC in 1976 and worked as an anchor, earning a 5-year, $5 million deal to become the highest-paid news anchor, male or female. This record-breaking salary gave her the nickname Million Dollar Baby. Barbara then became the co-host of the ABC show 2020. On this show, she earned her own segment called The Barbara Walters Specials.
Tonight on The Barbara Walters Special.
This special is what allowed her to reach a new level of fame even outside the news and journalism field. Barbara became almost as famous as the high-profile people she was interviewing.
Presidents, celebrities and villains, they all came and went, but one constant over the decades was the person they spoke to on television, Barbara Walters.
She was never afraid to ask a hard or uncomfortable question, and her interviewing skills allowed her to uncover intimate details on the people she was interviewing.
In 1976, Barbara Walters became the first woman to co-anchor an American national news show, which in the 1960s and 70s, and any time before that, it was very unheard of for a woman to have any role in American news. Her appearance on national television helped pave the way for women in journalism fields, as it was a massive step towards equality. And lastly, her arrival changed the news media significantly, as she was one of the first to apply a long-form interview style, which you can see more commonly nowadays in the media, as it helps us better understand these bigger celebrities on a more deeper level.
Barbara Walters' career began in the 1950s, when women made up just 34% of the workforce in America, often in jobs like teaching and nursing. At this time, journalism was still very much a male-dominated profession. This meant that Walters faced a lot of sexism in the workplace. For example, her first co-anchor, Harry Reasoner, was very hostile towards her, and even counted how many words she said on air compared to him. By having a successful career, Walters paved the way for female journalists that came after her, and proved that women could also be successful in the journalism industry. Also, Walters' career spanned from the 1950s to the early 2000s, which was a period of vast technological and cultural change, both in America and worldwide. By interviewing a diverse range of figures, including world leaders, musicians, and other cultural icons, Walters documented the significant changes of over half a century of history. For example, she interviewed Richard Nixon, Michael Jackson, and Monica Lewinsky. By asking personal questions of her interviewees, she humanized these famous figures for the people watching on their TVs. One example of this is her famous interview with Fidel Castro, the communist leader of Cuba. Walters was one of the only journalists that was able to secure an interview with Castro, and became one of the first Americans to enter Cuba since the Bay of Pigs invasion 16 years prior.
But I also asked him personal questions, which he doesn't like and doesn't usually respond to.
¿Qué importancia?
¿Por qué no una respuesta? What is the importance of my being married or not? And who cares whether I'm married or not?
Since her death in 2022, Walters has left an enduring impact on contemporary journalism. While The View and her transformative interview techniques may first come to mind, Walters' legacy is truly defined by the way in which she broke down gender barriers in a male-dominated industry.
We're not here without Barbara Walters knocking down that door. She did it. She blazed the trail like a pioneer.
At the age of 47, Walters became the first woman to ever co-anchor a national news show on primetime television. Commended for her tenacity and fearlessness, she battled through sexism and scrutiny, not only from the public, but from those in the newsroom as well. Her resilience 50 years ago on the set of ABC's Evening News has since paved the way for thousands of female journalists to pursue prominent roles in broadcast media. Today, hundreds of millions of television sets around the United States display images of women in powerful media positions. The likes of Oprah, Savannah Guthrie, Katie Couric, Robin Roberts, and Gayle King, who've all followed in Walters' trailblazing footsteps.
It means being the first in the room, to knock down the door, to break down the barriers, to pave the road that we all walk on.
Establishing herself as not only a prominent but respected journalist, Walters was able to shift the gender dynamics within the unpredictable and unforgiving industry. Her relenting efforts over the course of more than a half-century have afforded and will continue to afford women the opportunity to earn authoritative and influential positions in journalism.